Welcome to DheeDu Stories.
Snow White, a Fairy Tale. Once upon a time, in a distant kingdom, a gentle queen sat by a snowy window, sewing. As Queen pricked her finger, 3 drops of blood fell down. She looked at the red blood on snowy land and whispered, "I wish for a child with skin too fair, lips as red as blood, and hair as black as ebony." Not long after, the queen gave birth to a daughter, just as she had dreamed. She named her Snow White, but soon after, the queen passed away, and the king remarried a beautiful but proud and cruel woman. This new queen had a magic mirror. Every day she asked it, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" The mirror always replied, "You are, my queen." But as the years passed, Snow White grew into a kind and stunning young woman. One day, the mirror gave a different answer. "Queen, you are fair, it is true, but Snow White is fairer than you." Furious with envy, the queen ordered a huntsman to take Snow White deep into the forest and kill her.
But the huntsman, moved by Snow White's innocence and kindness, could not harm her.
"Run, child," he whispered. "Hide and never come back."
Snow White fled into the forest, frightened and alone, until she found a tiny cottage nestled among the trees. Inside, everything was small, tiny chairs, tiny dishes, and 7 tiny beds. Exhausted, she curled up on them and fell asleep. Soon, 7 dwarfs returned home. "Who's been sitting in my chair? Who's been eating from my plate? Someone's sleeping in our beds." When they saw Snow White, they were astonished. She awoke and explained everything, and the kind-hearted dwarfs agreed to let her stay. "You may live here if you keep the house tidy and safe," they said. Snow White smiled. Gladly, but back at the castle, the queen asked her mirror again, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" The mirror replied, "Snow White, who lives beyond the 7 hills with the 7 dwarfs, is the fairest of them all." The queen was enraged. Disguising herself as an old peddler woman, she went to the cottage and offered Snow White a shiny red apple, a poisoned one. "Just 1 bite, my dear, so sweet." The moment Snow White bit into it, she collapsed. The dwarfs returned too late. Heartbroken, they built a glass coffin and placed it deep in the forest. Seasons passed. One day, a prince rode by, saw Snow White, and was overcome with sorrow. He knelt and gently kissed her hand. At that moment, magic stirred, the spell broke. Snow White opened her eyes. The dwarfs danced with joy, and the prince smiled. "Will you come with me to my kingdom?" he asked.
Thanks for watching DheeDu Stories. Please subscribe and share.